Welcome back to Everything Money. In this video, we will talk about Shiba Inu. Fake gurus and YouTubers out there have now started pushing this coin. This is the next best thing when it comes to cryptocurrencies, and we will show you our hesitations with crypto in general, and maybe a contrarian view on this coin in general, which is complete BS. We'll show you why. However, there can be money made by trading this. So Mo will show us the charts of Shiba and other crypto tokens, and you can follow along, stick to the rules, and make money off other people's stupidity. But first, why should you listen to us? Well, folks, I'm not some kid talking about altcoins in my basement. I work with these two guys, Paul and Mo, two guys who operate over $100 million in real estate, multiple businesses and stocks. They will give you an investing mindset about crypto and other companies. Right now, I give you Paul and Mo. Welcome in, boys. Paul, you're an avid Shiba holder, I know.
Yeah. So there was a recent announcement. Staples Center is now being renamed Crypto.com, right? They just paid $700 million. And Tim's right next to me. I don't think he'd heard that yet. Had you not heard that yet? Yeah. So $700 million over 20 years. It's $35 million a year. The richest naming rights in sports history. Tim's still shocked. His mouth is still wide open. Guys, to those who are crypto fans and say this is the future, I just ask one thing. When you see a new crypto every month that's the next best thing, how can you sit there and say that it's something to understand? I don't understand how every small new crypto that comes out, Dogecoin was literally started as a joke. The founder said, I just started as a joke. And then it became one of the biggest cryptos in the world. I don't understand how these things go over and over and over.
Paul, I'll tell you why, Paul. So some of these top YouTubers, they'll make one video how, look at this. I just despise this guy. One video says how it's going to go, Bitcoin could go to zero. Then the next one is how Bitcoin's going to go to 100,000. But this guy talks about Shiba on every video. And of course, when Stock Mo needs clicks as a professional YouTuber, look at all Shiba. I mean, when it's not one thing, it's another. Every single folks, Paul, we do 2 Baba videos a month. People say we keep replicating stuff. This guy does three Shiba videos a day. So if you jump on YouTube, Paul, you're gonna get a guy with 600,000 subscribers telling you how wonderful and amazing Shiba is, and it saddens me because we have a Stock Mo survivor chat in our community because so many people have been burned by this numbskull. Paul, what do you think when you see something like that?
This is the sign of the times. I mean, we have to have just everyday average people. And I'm not saying we're not average. I mean, I'm not a professional by any means in the sense of I don't have any certifications, but there's a process that I have. And I've learned this process, and the process has been proven to work over time by lots of people. The one thing that I'm different on now than I was 20 years ago, if I don't understand how to make money, I'm too afraid I won't understand how I'm going to lose my money. I don't understand how these things are worth anything other than what people's perception of it is. Somebody might sit there and say, how's that different than the US dollar? The US dollar is backed by the US government. The US dollar is backed by the US government and every single person in the US who uses it to buy goods and services. If you think that's not better than crypto, you're out of your mind. All it takes is the US government saying, we're banning Bitcoin, we're banning Shiba Inu. And by the way, here's our own cryptocurrency. Guess what? Game over for all those other cryptos out there.
Yeah, Paul, I told you on this. Go ahead, Mo.
That's 100% what's going to happen. It's that conversation is starting to heat up right now because the president's going to nominate a new Fed chair, or it's going to be Jerome Powell. But both of them, who are going to be whoever gets the nomination, they're already saying in our term we're going to come out with a cryptocurrency that's going to be backed by the United States. And there goes the rest of them. And if you think that, let's say they call it Bitcoin, let's say they adopt Bitcoin and make it Bitcoin. If you think that it's going to be the same Bitcoin in the same format right now as if the government is behind it, you're completely wrong. It's not. It's impossible to be the same. The name will be the same. The format will not be the same.
And let's remember, I do bring up politics here. I'm a strict libertarian. I shouldn't say I'm not strict. A lot of libertarians love crypto because it's very anti-government independent. Okay, guys, let's also be pragmatic here and realize that that's just not a reality that we're going to accept.
Correct.
Because at the end of the day, we still want, I'm a libertarian, but it doesn't mean I want no government. I just want a limited government. And I don't think I think a strong currency from a strong economy is still good for everyone. And I don't think crypto is a solution to that. I just don't understand how people look at this as the solution of all solutions. It's just like, guys, It's a fad. And by the way, it's just like the internet. Was the internet a fad? No. Did a lot of internet companies survive? A few did. But the vast majority 20 years ago when the internet became big, massively failed. Do I think crypto could be around for a long time? Yes. But do I think it's going to be all these small ones? Not necessarily. And when I even look at Bitcoin, could Bitcoin survive? Absolutely. But what makes it worth 64,000 versus 30,000 versus 5,000? I have no idea. When I hear somebody say, I did my research on crypto, I just laugh hysterically. I just go, what's the research you did? What's the research? You just Google trends and see which one's going. That's it.
You see what they're saying on Reddit and you Gucci.
Yeah, that's it.
In the end, folks, I sort of represent you, what I think, a normal guy brought up. My dad was a truck driver. I went through some credit card debt in my 20s. I didn't actually make any money until I was 30. I was in school. But in general, like, this started making sense to me. I reconnected with Paul. We went to high school together 20 years ago. And just this concept of avoiding stuff like this started to make sense to me. So in all the comments below, you'll see how we're wrong about Shiba and crypto, and we need to get a crypto expert on the show, Paul. But in general, if you're sitting at home and some of this makes sense, just take a look around at who you're surrounding yourself with. If your friends are YOLOing their money into these cryptos, that didn't speak to me anymore. But something like a couple incredibly wealthy guys who I see operating Caribbean homes and trading hundreds of thousands of dollars of stocks that they've research, that's what I aspire to be one day. And so I just stopped listening to my couple buddies who aren't zillionaires and aren't making anything off these cryptos. And I was just, Paul, that's been my journey over the past 3 years, is just surrounding myself with people that think a little more rationally. And
Does it make sense? Look at this, Seth. Share my screen here. I remember seeing an article on CNBC saying these 3 teenagers are crypto experts. 19-year-old Bitcoin millionaire offers crucial investing advice.
Oh boy.
Guys, this happened in that time too. Like, the kids were considered experts in because they were more tech savvy than their parents. What happened? It all went to crap, and none of those kids ever became anything. 45% of teens think they know more about crypto than their parents, and social media got them hooked. If this sounds reasonable to you, we're not the channel for you. We're not the channel for you, and you're going to lick your wounds in a few years. If it's not from crypto, it'll be from something else that you lost massive money on. But if this makes sense to you, if it makes sense that what I'm saying, stick around. Watch more videos, subscribe. This is the way to go.
Mo, show people how they can make money off of other people trading this nonsense.
So there's certainly a way to do this, and it's funny because people say, do you trade crypto? No, I don't, but you can. You're following the same trends. You're looking at stocks that are going through the sweet spot. All you're doing is just following the trend. You have increasing volume right here. Look at this increase in volume. And all of a sudden you have these engulfing candlesticks that just keep moving up and up. When do you sell? Same point as always. As soon as that red line crosses below 80%, you're exiting, and you just made a heck of a lot of profit in this little area. This has moving averages. This has your support and resistance lines. Right here is a support line. Now, I think you should use stops. And I think that would be because you can go from here to here very quickly based on nothing. But there is definitely a way to trade these cryptocurrencies. There's definitely a way to make money on them. If on your 15-minute chart, you can do the same thing. Go and take advantage of these days where you make, 50%. You can go in there and buy one coin for 0.00004821, and that can be your tracker share. So I think that everybody out there can afford that. So if you want to learn how to do that and learn to trade with me, come and join me in the BidNest Nation. You will learn everything all these trends and patterns that I just showed you. You'll get access in the Trading 101 series. You'll get direct access to me in the Discord and in the 900 other people that are in there. You get the Employed Trader series. You get my monthly seminars, tons of content, and you can go make money on these things instead of not being able to sleep at night because you might lose.
If you go ahead, Paul.
So go to everythingmoney.com. Usually I talk about the software here, but the software has to do a lot with our software, with stocks. Go watch our other videos, learn about the software, join the community. It's only 90 cents a day. It's a no-brainer. Go watch more videos before you sign up. Just make sure you understand that this is a thought process. And if it makes sense to you, if it really speaks to you, stick around, because we're not trying to be the go-to for everyone. We're just trying to be the go-to for people who sit there and go, wait a second, a business is the present value of all future cash flow. That makes sense. The more money a business makes, the more valuable it should be. Okay, that makes sense. It's good.
That is our take. That's our take on Shiba. We will not be clickbaiting you with 20 more Shiba updates. So expect when maybe in a couple months when either this comes crashing down or explodes and more nonsense. Yeah, we'll be way higher.
Or it's worth 1 penny.
Yeah, well, actually, Mo, 1 penny would be a 50,000.
A lot.
Yeah, so great. That's our take, guys. Final thumbs up. Watch more videos and comment below. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.